everyone, I'm Jane and welcome to Preschool Praise Time. I'm really glad that you can join me. And I thought we would start straight away with a great song about how our God is bigger than big. Come on, let's sing with Holly.
God, you made our big blue sky. You made the oceans deep and wide. God, you made the trees so tall. And your love is bigger than it all. God, you're bigger than big. You're stronger than strong. You are mightier than mighty. And louder than this song. And your love for me stretches farther and far. I can't imagine just how big you are. Just how big you are. God, you made our big blue sky. You made the oceans deep and wide. God, you made the trees so tall. And your love is bigger than it all. God, you're bigger than big. You're stronger than strong. You are mightier than mighty. And louder than this song. And your love for me stretches farther than far. I can't imagine just how big you are. Just how big you are. God, you're bigger than big. You're stronger than strong. You are mightier than mighty. And louder than this song. And your love for me stretches farther than far. I can't imagine just how big you are. Just how big you are. I can't imagine just how big you are. Just how big you are.
Well, our big God made this wonderful world for people to enjoy. But right back at the very beginning, people started to ignore God and make a mess of his world. They started to fight and not love each other and not love God. What should God do about this? Everything was being spoilt. Only Noah still followed God. Well, let's watch and listen to our Bible story. Noah and the very big boat. I am sad, 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 said God, because everyone is bad, bad, bad. God said to Noah, I'm going to splash, splash, splash them all away. But I promise I will keep you and your family safe, safe, safe. God told Noah to build a very big boat called an ark. Chop, 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 chip, 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 bam, 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 bash, 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 went Noah, as he did exactly what God said. Then all the animals came into the very big boat, 2 by 2. The lion said, roar, roar. Can you do that? Roar, roar. The pigs went oink, oink, and the birds squawk, squawk. Let's do that as well. Oink, oink, squawk, squawk. And the sheep went ba, ba. What a noise. Then Noah and his wife and their 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives all went into the ark with the animals. God shut the door to keep them all safe, 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 just as he promised. Then the rain came down for 40 days and 40 nights. Drop, 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 drip, 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 plop, 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 blip, 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 splish, 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 splosh, 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 gush, gush, gush. Just as God promised. And the land was flooded so that everything was underwater. And God washed away everything that was bad, bad, bad. But Noah and his family were safe, safe, safe in the very big boat, just as God promised. And then the water drained slowly away. Gurgle, 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 glug, glug, glug. Thump, bump, plonk went the very big boat as it came to rest on Mount Ararat. Noah sent out birds to see if the land was dry again. Caw, 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 they cried, and coo, coo, coo. Then the dove came back with a leaf in its beak, and Noah knew the flood had ended. Noah, his family, and all the animals came out of the very big boat into the wonderful, washed clean world that God had given them. God had kept them all safe, 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 just as he promised. And God made another special promise that day. He said, people will still be bad, 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 but I promise I will never again wash, wash, wash them all away. And God put his bow in the sky to remind everyone of his promise. So every time you see a rainbow, remember that God always, always, always keeps his promises.
You keep your promises. I know I can trust in you. When you speak it, God, you do it. Your words are always true. God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19. God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19. Numbers 23:19. You keep your promises. I know I can trust in you. When you speak it, God, you do it. Your words are always true. God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19. God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19. You promise to make me strong. You're with me all day long. You have good plans for me. So I will say, God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19. God makes a promise and then he keeps it. Numbers 23:19.
Well, God was sad that people were bad, wasn't he? And that the world was being spoilt. And so he decided to splash them all away and make the world clean and new again. But Noah loved and trusted God. And so God kept him safe, just as he promised. Then God promised he would never flood the whole earth again, and he didn't. So God rescued Noah from the flood and gave him life in a new, cleaned up world. And a long, 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 long time after Noah, God sent Jesus, his son, to rescue everyone who loves and trusts in him from the bad things of sin and death and give us life in heaven forever with him. Isn't that wonderful? Well, let's talk to God now and thank him. And when we say thank you, we'll put our thumbs up like this. Let's have a quick practice. Thank you. Are you ready to pray? Dear God, you rescued Noah. Thank you. You gave him new, clean world to live in. Thank you. You rescue us through Jesus. Thank you. You give us life forever with you. Thank you. Amen.
Hi! We're going to sing a song about our very good God who loves and cares for us. It's called Clap Your Hands. Now I'm sure you already know how to clap your hands, but just in case you don't, you take one hand and the other hand and you hit them together and they make a sound like this. Hang on. That's not right. Oh, there we go. Okay, how about you clap along with me? Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name and sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Our God made heaven and earth. Our God made you and me. Our God loves and cares for you, you and me. Whoa, whoa, clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name and sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Jesus came and lived on earth. Jesus lived and died for me. Jesus takes away my sin and sets me free. Whoa, whoa, clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name and sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Now for the trumpet. Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name and sing out loud. The Lord is good to me.
And now it's time for something to make. And today we're going to make a picture of the ark, the very big boat that Noah made when God asked him. And you're going to need some brownish coloured paper, some white card and some blue card, felt pens and a glue stick. And the first thing we do is to draw the boat. So on our brown paper, we need to make a shape like this. Go round and then across the top. Next, we put the lines to make it look like wood planking. Remember, Noah went biff, 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 bam, bam, bam as he built the boat. So put some lines across like this. And now we cut this out. All the way around. And then we're going to stick that on our white card. Take your piece of white card, move all those out the way, and we're going to stick that about there, almost in the middle. plenty of glue on the back. Whoops, and pop that there. Now we have to make the top of the boat. And for this, you need to cut a rectangle and then measure it with your boat. That's a little bit too big, so I'll cut that down. There we are, and that's going to stick on there. So like that. Again, we'll put some planking on it. I'll put it going the other way this time, like this. Leave a gap in the middle, and there we'll draw the door. Oops, make those meet. Then we have to add the roof. And for that, you draw a shape like this. You go along, and then up, up, up. Do you see the kind of shape you need? And you need to make that big enough to fit on your ark. I've made that a little too small, so I shall cut mine out a little bit bigger. And that fits on the top like that. So we'll glue that on. There we go. The next thing is to draw the windows. So I'm to take a black crayon or felt pen, and I'll just do 3 circles like this in the middle of the boat. Now you could colour those in blue to look like glass, or you could colour them in all dark with the brown because the shutters are across. So I'll just do mine in the brown like this to give you the idea, because they've closed the windows against all the rain. There. Now we take our blue card and we're going to make along the bottom the waves, the flood. So you just need to draw a sort of simple shape like this. And cut this out so it's all sort of curvy, looking a bit like waves. Can you see? There we are. And then we'll glue that. Take some glue. Put that on the back. And then we'll glue that over our boat like this. There, and it's now floating, keeping Noah safe on top of the flood. Then at the top, we'll put the rainbow. So find as many of the rainbow colours as you can and just draw some semicircles. So there's some red and yellow, orange, green, blue, and then I didn't have indigo, so I've got a different colour blue, and then the final one, violet. There we are. So we've got our rainbow now, and then along the space we've left at the bottom, we're going to write God saved Noah. and me. Because God saved Noah in the boat, and God saved us when he sent Jesus to our world. Well, I hope you enjoy making that, and you can hang that up and it'll remind you of the story and the fact that God keeps his promises. He promised to save Noah, and he did. He promised not to flood the world again, and he hasn't. And he promised to save us through Jesus, and he has. Well, don't forget, you can always send in photos of the things you make to preschoolpraise@stm.org.uk, because it's always great to see what you've been doing.
It's now time for our blessing song, so why not link arms or hold hands with those around you. May God's blessing be upon us now. May we know of his great love for us. May God's blessing be upon us now, right where we are. May God's blessing be upon us now. May we know of his great love for us. May God's blessing be upon us now, right where we are.
Well, we've no more time today, so I'll see you again soon. And next time, we will start to think about the Christmas story and start learning our Christmas songs as we begin to get ready to celebrate the birth of Jesus. Isn't that exciting? So make sure you join me next time. So take care, everyone. God bless you, and bye-bye.